What's up, everyone? It's the Chinist. Today is March 7th, Wednesday, New Comic Book Day. I have my haul here of 20 with 19 different titles. I was able to read the stack. So starting off with DC, we have Justice League. So I think everyone's kind of on the fence with the new writer Priest kind of coming on board. I've actually enjoyed the storyline so far, to tell you the truth. I think what I really enjoy is the team aspect. You know, everyone's really involved here. You know, they're trying to solve how to come back into orbit, and there's a lot of science that's kind of going on, and I really enjoy that aspect of it. You know, so yeah, so really enjoy it. So I would actually suggest whenever this trade comes out, you know, for the new writer, I would suggest to try to go pick it up if you have been on hiatus from Justice League. Alright, next up from Marvel, quite a bit from Marvel this week. So we have Ant-Man and the Wasp. This is a prelude to the new movie coming out. This is complete throwaway. There was no new scenes that were involved here whatsoever. So that last Infinity Gauntlet, that was the #1, that actually had Tony Stark's new suit. That was like the first appearance of a suit. So they actually had like a little bit of value, but this actually has like nothing. Complete retelling. So I am going to pick up the #2 of 2, but yeah, this was kind of a throwaway. Alright, next up, X-Men Red. So #1 was pretty decent. This continues that. You know, this is actually the original Jean Grey who's come back to life, resurrected one more time. So, you know, she was kind of caught in a little bit of a setup. You know, it made it appear as if she killed someone at a mutant rally. Was not really the case. So this is kind of the aftermath of, you know, kind of what's going on, you know, how she's trying to deal with that. They kind of, you know, she has her own team here that she kind of collected in that #1. Very good issue here, in my opinion, man. They really, you know, I was on the fence if I was going to continue on with the write or not to see where it went, but I was really impressed with this #2, so I will be continuing on. Yeah, so I really enjoy all the X-Men titles out there right now. Alright, next up, XMen Gold. So this starts a brand new title here, story arc, Cruel and Unusual. Pretty decent, you know, so here you have, they were kind of set up, so Mesmero was, you know, came into play. They were caught, you know, kind of beating up a SWAT team. So because of that, most of the team was imprisoned. So they're in a jail to where they're restricted of using their mutant powers, but they're still kind of getting attacked by the inmates. So kind of like building up, you know, the males and females are separated. So we'll see at the end kind of what happens and how they're going to get out of this. But pretty decent, you know, team building issue here, in my opinion. Okay, on the X-Men Blue side, so they've had this little crossover with Venom. It's been kind of going back and forth between the titles. This one concludes that Poison X series, so pretty cool because they actually brought back that that other, not Venomized, I forgot what, Edge of Venomverse, when they had those little white guys who, you know, to where if they touched you, you kind of became like another type of Venom here, and they actually took the time-displaced Jean Grey. So I'm not really sure how this is going to play forward here with Jean Grey being, you know, a Venom now at this point in time. And right now, you know, there's no cure for that, you know, in that last story arc that happened in the Edge of Venomverse. So not really sure how the team is going to continue on here, but pretty good, you know, story overall. Again, I was a little Venomed out, but the story arc here was pretty decent in my opinion. Good action, and we'll see what happens with Jean Grey. Okay, next up, Avengers No Surrender. This is part #9. Highly suggest for y'all to go pick this up. I know this is a great storyline. You know, I'm trying just to actually collect all the issues. I want to read them all together and trade. So I'm trying not to, you know, hear about what happens here. You know, no spoilers here of by any means. But yeah, guys, if you are a Avengers fan to any degree, you really need to go pick up this storyline. Okay, Captain America. So I typically do not pick this one up. This storyline out of time kind of intrigued me, and I wanted to pick it up until it got to #700, which is actually the actual next issue here. It's coming up here. So yeah, so pretty good. So the storyline, so Captain America, you know, similar to the current Captain America, you know, Steve Rogers, to where he was in World War I, he was frozen for a while, and he came into, you know, our current reality or current timeline, his future. So same thing kind of happened here, but he went into the far future. So pretty cool, little twist of what happened before. You kind of see the aftermath of, there's I forgot who the bad guy was here, but he's kind of taking control of the U.S. government. He's taking over the United States at this point in time. He's using Ben Grimm. Pretty cool storyline to where he's using him to actually power, his entire nation. Yeah, pretty funny how Ben Grimm kind of deals with that. But yeah, good storyline so far. I wish the artwork was just a little bit better in my opinion, but good storyline. Alright, next up from Marvel, Infinity Countdown #1. So this really kicks off that, this new storyline, this new huge saga that they're doing right now, this crossover series. But, this #1 did not really feel like a #1. The previous one-shots they've had so far, those actually were better than this issue. This issue is more of a Guardians of the Galaxy, storyline in my opinion. Kind of gives you like an update, one more time of where all the stones are. Pretty cool to see Darkhawk in this one issue here. So he actually came back from the those one shots they had, those little throwaway one shots, and I guess he won by votes. I'm not really sure. I guess he won, but yeah, this issue was pretty good overall. If you are a Guardians of the Galaxy fan, you really need to pick this one up. There's a huge personality change, or a huge physical change with Groot. Something that's never been done before. So yeah, if you are a Groot fan, and right now Groot, following like the story or the Marvel cinematic universe, Groot is like a little tiny baby right now. I'm trying to find out where he was, but anyways, he's a little tiny baby. That's not Groot, that's some other monster. There you go. So he goes through a huge transformation here with this one issue. I won't give it away, but man, if you're a Groot fan, you really need to pick this one up. Infinity Countdown #1. Alright, so this was that hot book that's out there right now. Everyone's waiting for the Red Goblin. So this is the Amazing Spider-Man number 797. So this is yet another tease. The Red Goblin did not come out in this issue. So, I'm not reading through this one, just picking up because it's hot. I thought this was a pretty cool frame, by the way. So yeah, so anyways, not picking this one up. I did read through this one, pretty exciting, tell you the truth, and there was a first appearance. I am going to spoil this one here, so here comes a spoiler. So here is the Goblin King. So first appearance, but man, I won't give away that next frame, but it doesn't really seem like he's going to be sticking around very long. So yeah, Amazing Spider-Man. No Red Goblin yet. Okay, next up, Star Wars. So I love Star Wars, man. They just finished off that Rebels season, or the entire series is now finished on Rebels. I thought they finished it off pretty well. Kind of different from what I thought it would be. This one issue of Star Wars, I love this entire title. This was kind of a throwaway in my opinion. The only cool thing was you were able to visit Mon Cala. And I don't think that I've ever seen this like in any of the previous comics, that I collected in the past. The Dark Horse side of things, but yeah, pretty cool to see like the Mon Calamari where they live. I thought it would be just pure water. Apparently not. There is some land on this island. Other than seeing Mon Calamari civilization, not too much in this one here. Okay, picked up a True Believers. This was the reprinting of Amazing Spider-Man number 300, and this is where Venom actually comes out. His suit was actually exposed in, what is that, Secret Wars number 8, I believe, is where he gets the black suit that later becomes Venom. So, pretty cool to read through this. I don't have this issue, but man, I've read through this. I don't know if I had this trade at one point in time, but I definitely remember reading like every single frame here, to tell you the truth. So I've definitely seen this somewhere, but pretty cool to read through it one more time, to tell you the truth. So yeah, True Believers, Amazing Spider-Man number 300. Alright, next up from Image, we have Extremity. So this is number 12. This actually concludes this entire 12-issue run that they did here. So man, great storyline overall. I highly suggest to go pick this one up, in trade. I actually want to try to get the entire collection, 1 through 12. So I think the first trade already came out. But yeah, so this has been like, you know, a slow build to this epic battle here at the very end. Man, and I think the last 3 issues have been like just pure battle. Man, great storyline. If you're looking for that futuristic type of, you know, barbarian type of Mad Max feel to it, but kind of like a steampunk, you know, mixed in there a little bit. Man, pretty cool stuff. I really enjoyed this storyline of revenge overall. And man, it ends very well. So yeah, Extremity. Love this title. Great job, Image. Okay, a couple of number 1s coming out this week from Image. First off, we have Gideon Falls. I also have a Midtown order. I think I have like cover B and C of this one coming in as well. So yeah, this one was pretty cool. You know, I did not know too much about this one. I read the solicit in previews. I pre-ordered this one, you know, or I subscribed to this one at my LCS, you know, so it intrigued me enough to pre-order it. But reading through it, man, you know, it's very intriguing. You don't have too much storyline, so you have this guy who is collecting like these various pieces of like metal, glass. They don't give away, you know, the reason as to why. And that's what's so intriguing. So, you know, this guy's just kind of going around trying to, here we go, leave it here, trying to catalog like all these, you know, artifacts that he's getting, and for some reason he's just kind of drawn to it. He doesn't know why, but like his body can't rest until he picks up all these pieces, and he's just trying to figure out why. So yeah, man, this sounds like a pretty cool issue in my opinion. Number 1 was intriguing enough to pick up number 2. I will continue on. Alright, we're going to have a similar situation here with Oblivion Song, brand new issue number 1. This one was pretty intriguing as well. So this one here, you know, they don't give away too much of the storyline, but you have like 2 different realms. You have the regular world, and, you know, there may have been like some apocalyptic event or something to where humans go into this other like alien realm here, which, you know, there's monsters that occur in this realm. So apparently there were quite a bit of humans that went into this realm, and you had other people like this guy who tried to hunt down the humans to try to bring them back. Over time, you know, they were successful, and then over time, you know, for some reason they quit bringing humans back. So this kind of is like, you know, Ether in a sense, you know, to where this guy, you know, he, you know, over time you kind of get addicted to being there, and, you know, all the agents weren't as successful as this one hero that they kind of follow here. So yeah, pretty cool storyline overall. You know, the artwork, you know, a little bit disappointed, hoping it was going to be better artwork overall, but the storyline so far, very intriguing. Another one that I pre-ordered, and I will continue on with number 2. Alright, Boom Studios, Mech Cadet U. I mean, very, very good stuff. You know, again, I'm into anime, I'm into the giant robo type of storylines that are out there, as well as the mech side of things. The storyline was great. So you have, you know, all these students who have banded together. They're the only ones that have the robots now at this point in time. All the other ones the military had were just completely decimated, except for this one by the military. But yeah, so they're building up, you know, against the alien ship at this point in time. There's been like a huge invasion, you know, an invasion that they've never seen before in the past years, when this aliens, you know, has been attacking over the decades. So yeah, great storyline. Greg Pak, man, I really enjoy that guy. So yeah, Mech Cadet U. Alright, another number 1, this one from IDW. I think I have a couple of variants coming in from Midtown for this one as well. So yeah, the Spider King. Man, so really enjoy, you know, the Viking mythos overall. You know, just that they were, you know, stealthy fighters, you know, the explorers, you know, they conquered the seas with their ship that they engineered. Man, awesome stuff. Really enjoy the Vikings. So this one here is kind of like a Vikings merged together with an alien type of storyline. So the entire first issue is really building up, you know, more exposition of this main character who you see, you know, who has an encounter. You know, I'll kind of leave it at that. So man, pretty cool stuff. You know, you can see this is going to be a very gory type of storyline. Good battle that's happened so far. It's really between 2 different tribes, or 2 different villages right now, 2 different Viking villages. But man, good stuff. I know this one, I could tell this one's going to be a good title, but, you know, one I will enjoy. So yeah, check it out, Spider King. Okay, next up, The Tick. Man, love this as a child growing up, you know, watching the cartoon. Never enjoyed the comic book, you know, when I was at that age, just because it was black and white. I really was not into the black and white back then. This being full color, man, really reminiscent of the cartoon. Man, you know, the voices, I can really hear the voices in my head as I kind of read through, you know, just like the cartoon. So man, good stuff. If you were a Tick fan, I would highly suggest to go seek this out once it's trade. Alright, next up from Oni Press, I think I have this one coming in from Midtown as well, the Ballad of Sing. Very, very cool concept, you know, so, you know, pre-ordered this one sounded very, very good. This one did not let me down. This one did meet my expectations, so pretty cool artwork that goes along with this type of storyline. You have this kid, he's like a ninja assassin, so to speak, and you know, you tell very, very gory, and this kid is like complete badass. You have this, like, it's like a mob type of storyline that's going on, and his master is murdered. So this is going to be like a revenge storyline, you know, is what it seems like. But this first issue, man, very, very captivating in my opinion. If you enjoy like the martial arts type of assassination type of storylines, man, check this one out, The Ballad of Sing. Alright, last up from Valiant, Bloodshot Salvation. This issue was quite a trip. So in the very last issue, you had Bloodshot. He's with his baby, and he's trying to cure his baby. So he goes with the help of, I think it was with Shadow Man. He went into the dead world, or the dead realm. I forgot what they called it. But he's in this shadow world, and he's blind, so he can't see anything. So this entire issue is really all about what he's thinking, what he's saying. He has his dog who he's kind of communicating with, and the framing of the text. Man, great, excellent job. This was like a pretty cool, you know, one-shot type of storyline in my opinion. Very, very different. I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, guys, check it out if you're into something, you know, that's different. So guys, that's going to be it for this week's brand new haul. If anyone's going to Las Vegas this weekend for the 311-day event, man, I am going. Let me know. Hit me down in the comments below. Guys, if you like what you see here, please like and subscribe. Talk to you later.